Motion by Ray and second by Rob. Adopt the agenda.
I am so sorry.
Great one, where we're at.
That's not me, that was just reminding me.
Always forget about the ring in it.
That's Greg, so I want to see if you're here, that's the whole number.
I'm here.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Approval of the minutes, copy of the minutes for May 8th, 2017 are closed, was the wish of
So
the
moved.
commission.
Move to approve.
Have a second? Second. Motion by Ray and a second by Joe to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Public hearing, conditional use permit for the construction of a commercial building with a 10-foot rear yard setback, 40-foot required unless a conditional use is granted. Application, Aldi Inc. Property owner, Edward J. Gutwell, local trust. Legal description, lot 2 and 3, block 1, hidden notes. Ben? Call meeting order at 6:30, public hearing order at 6:32.
All right, so the proposal here is on two properties. It's actually two platted lots that they're going to be combining into one as part of this project if it's approved. And it's just south of the dollar store, just east and southeast of the dollar property, and west of some residential properties in there. So they're proposing a grocery store on that property. This is east to the top here. North towards the dollar store to the flat to the north. Proposing that the requirement is going to be 40 feet from the rear property line unless they get conditional use permit. They will be 40 feet from the east side towards the residential properties, but they are only going to be 10 feet towards the north, towards the dollar store. So that's the reason that they are here for the conditional use permit. This is not a variance, it's a conditional use permit, which is a different set of standards for the people. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. So that's the basic outline of it at this point. I'll leave it at that now. Chairman, one thing to add, if this was just an interior lot, or just a lot on the left there, then the rear yard would be towards the neighborhood, would be the 40 feet. But because they'd be combining them, it's now a corner lot, they have technically two rear yards, which makes the one to the north and the one to the east as a rear yard. So if it was just that lot where the building is on, the side yard setback would be 10 feet, but now because they're joining it, it's required to be 40 feet in order to meet the code as it is.
So it is, what is the reason that have to combine it for the parking? Meet
Yes.
parking requirements, et cetera.
Yeah.
How is building to sit on that lot? As done,
It is, yes. I think there's, I don't know if it meets the setback on the
south end?
in the middle lot down south there, but by looking at it, probably pretty
Pretty
close.
close, yeah. Okay.
So we have two rear setbacks of 40 feet.
With a corner lot, yes.
It doesn't, I always thought that you went off the longest end.
The shortest end is technically the frontage because it's a corner lot, correct me if I'm wrong, and that it then triggers both of the rear lot lines. The way they're defined in the ordinance, it's, the rear yard is always opposite the front yard in the commercial districts.
Yeah, because I ran into that.
Corner lot.
And I thought after we discussed it, I always thought that by combining the two, you just took the longest side and that would become the front, and then obviously then also the front.
But in the residential districts, the front yard is considered the shortest dimension, and then the other side would be the corner side lot line. So that only applies in residential, it's commercial and industrial. You have two road frontages for both front yards.
Okay. So you have two front and two rear, you don't have any sides. Captain, want to take over with your, yep, please?
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Ryan Anderson with ISG. We're the local engineering architecture firm for Aldi, representing Aldi as the
Speak up.
applicant.
Speak up.
Can't hear
Can you hear me
you.
now? No mic? All right, can you hear me now? Perfect. All right, so my name is Ryan Anderson, acting as the engineer for the applicant on this project. I don't have a whole lot to add as far as this application goes. Two things I would like to point out, and one is already been pointed out by the city staff, thank you very much, is that until we do combine these lots, the lot that we're looking, the side that we want the 10-foot setback on is currently a 10-foot setback, so we're not proposing to reduce farther than what's there now. We're just going to maintain, and as the rule's written, when you go through this process to do so. And the second part, I think even maybe the more important part of this, is that in the staff report, it says the intent of the 40-foot rear yard setback is to provide some space between the rear of a commercial building, which generally contains less attractive parts of a commercial building, the trash dumpsters, utility connections, etc., for loading, deliveries. And if you see here on how the Aldi building is set up, this part of the rear side of the building does not contain any of those features. All utility connections, trash enclosures, deliveries are done here in the loading dock, and utilities come in right here along the building. So all this will happen on the side of the building that does have the 40-foot rear yard setback that we propose to maintain, and is already being screened by the large fence, which I'm sure you guys have seen out there, which we plan on keeping in place. So I guess that is, my thoughts are that by reducing this to a 10-foot setback, we're still maintaining the intent of the ordinance, and it fits well with this site. And I guess if there's any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them, but I'll just keep it at that for now.
Any questions, Brian? No? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Open up for public comment. Anyone who wishes to speak, raise your hand. I'll call on you. You have 2 minutes to speak with a maximum of 2 appearances if you want to speak twice.
Amen.
And that we need name and address for the council records. Go ahead, ma'am.
My name is Linda Adelman, and my address is 14868 Timber Trail. The most concern I have is going to be the traffic in our area. And in the residential area, it's such a nice quiet place right now that we're going to have a lot of traffic, and that's coming off onto, that's not, what's that main road off?
18th.
18th Street.
Okay, but then the one that turns to go down to
Woodland.
Woodland. That's the one that I think is going to be jammed constantly for us getting in and out of our area. That's the only, I'm not objecting to the Aldi store at all. I just am more concerned about the traffic and the pattern that's going to be there. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Next.
My name is Don Sorensen, and I live at 14875 Eagle Drive. When you're sitting at the stoplight on Highway 27 waiting to make a left-hand turn, and most of us people here are in the right-hand lane, and we make that left-hand turn to go north, I don't know how many times I've almost been rear-ended slowing to turn into Woodland Drive because people are racing to get to Walmart or wherever, and they're trying to cut over and there's more traffic there. We have to have a different plan of that traffic pattern or we're going to be in trouble in that area. There's no doubt in my mind. We can't get out across that highway right now in some instances because of people going to Walmart from that stoplight. And coming from Walmart, there's nothing to control them. Now, I also see that there's a driveway entrance into that building from Woodland. Is that where the deliveries and everything are going to be made? The trucks and stuff going in the back side of that building?
Can I comment on that? Our traffic pattern for the trucks is set up that the trucks would turn into the site off of 18th, but they would leave off Woodland. So they'll turn in off 18th and then leave off Woodland.
So those trucks are gonna be coming onto Woodland also?
Yep, leaving the site and going south on that junction.
That's no good.
They won't be able to get out.
No.
That's okay.
They have to fix that traffic pattern somehow.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead, name and address.
I'm Bev Trebatowski on 14836 Timber Trail. You know, maybe it's because I was just so darn glad that the store is coming to Little Falls. I mean, we need it so desperately after what Walmart did when they came in. But I guess the least thing I'm worried about, I mean, as much as we drive that now, and I've driven it, I was the first house here, and I've never had a problem with traffic, honest. Of course, maybe it's because I've been lucky, but I haven't seen cars racing and I really haven't. I don't know, I think if we're all careful, we'll be fine.
Anyone else wish to speak?
I do.
Go ahead.
Linda Omen, 14827 Eagle Drive. Bev, when you moved in there was maybe 8 or 10 houses. Now we have 28 of our doubles. And there will be, I think when we're done, when that lot, if you zoom out into that picture that you had of Hidden Oaks, there's a potential for like 60 families back there. And that Woodland and 18th is our only exit. We are blocked back there. So if we have trucks that are coming out and trying to make a left-hand turn onto 18th, big semis, and all of these potential families, right now, what have we got, 28 townhouses? Just in our little townhouse. That's not even the single-family homes that are back there. That's a nightmare.
I thought I was the first one there.
Well, you could have been, but
I was.
there's more and more people. Yeah.
Oh, I know
Yeah, there's
that.
more and more people, Bev, that are using that turn.
I'm Doris Lau. My husband and I moved in there 11 years ago. 15597 Woodland Drive. We live right on Woodland. And now I wait for 2 or 3 cars to get onto 18. But out there sometimes I will wait for 12 to 50 cars go by before I can pull out on 18th. And I have been wrecked in a car. I hate to drive, and I get into something like that and I want to give it up entirely. So I don't know what's going to happen with this mess. I enjoy Aldi's, but, you know, I was glad to hear that it was coming to town, but I was hoping it wasn't there.
Anyone else wish to speak? Go ahead.
Yeah, Deb Lau, I live at 13784 160th Avenue, but my folks live on Woodland Drive. And as you can see, most of the population in that area is a little bit older.
Senior citizens.
You can say it.
Yep, that's all right.
My age and older. It's an area where we go to live in a one-level house where we can have our lawns taken care of, our lawns are mowed, our snow is plowed. And now if we have trouble getting in and out of there and we're stuck behind a semi before we can even get out onto 18th, I think we're going to have a whole lot more trouble, and that is truly the only way to get in and out of that. And that's truly, I think, the major concern for everybody here. we like the idea of having a store there, but that is our only outlet to get in and out of all these homes. So we just want to stress that fact.
Thank you. Anyone else? Go ahead.
Carol Anderson, 14909 Eagle Drive. The exit for the trucks, that's going to be on 18th, is that correct? On Woodland? Woodland?
Yeah, Woodland.
Okay, then they're going to have to make a right and then a left or a right again. There's not very much space there at all. And do I have it correct, that that's what they will be doing?
Correct, whichever way the truck driver decides to go, but yeah.
Yes, but I mean, they're going to have to make another turn again right away.
He can take a right and go to the industrial park and go out on County Road 43 too, if the truck so wishes. If the traffic's that bad, I think most of the residents, if you're waiting there that long to get out, I would think you would turn and go the other way too to exit out of there, but I don't.
What county road are you talking about? The one?
The one that goes up to the dirt, and then you take a right and you go out to 43 by the fairgrounds.
By the fairgrounds.
Traffic.
Oh my.
That's a lot out of the
So the
way
trucks
for
can go that way
just.
too.
Yeah, that's,
Whichever truck pattern they decide to go. I know if I'm a truck driver, I'm taking the easiest way out of there, not necessarily short. That's for them to decide. Go ahead.
Don Sorensen again. Did the planning commission anticipate any type of adjustment to the traffic flow when they were looking at this?
Right, this is our first look at it. Right now tonight, and the traffic flow has not been addressed.
Do you see any type of solution to this traffic flow?
That would be for our city engineer and those guys to look at in the street department to come up with a traffic study, if they decide a traffic study is needed. That is an industrial park, it's a 4-lane road, it's a major thoroughfare, so I don't see where the big deal is going to be. That whole area is designed to be built up with an industrial park out there, which is going to have multiple semis going on it. So if this is going to be an issue, maybe there'd be a stoplight in the future if the traffic council calls for it, but until, I think it's going to be ways down the road. Go ahead.
Patty Pluff, and I live on 14907 Eagle Drive, right? I'm right at the corner. As far as the trucks or the traffic on that 18th, it is awful. I would say the average, you're sitting at that corner 3 to 5 minutes, pretty close. And as far as them getting into Aldi's, if they would go in on the 18th, is fine. Yeah. But if they're coming out on Woodland, well, needless to say, I'm going to have lights shining in my townhome all the time. And that is not a 4-lane, that's only really a two lane, so they will be taking up pretty much the whole street when they are turning out on Woodland.
Right, 18th Street is 4-lane.
Correct.
18th is, but Woodland isn't. And so they will be turning, and, you know, I'm just assuming that the semi's gonna take more than just, yeah, I mean, they'll be taking up that whole road when they do turn. So.
Anyone else?
Sweetheart, we got here a few minutes late, and so would you be so kind as to show us where it's actually going to be built?
You just want to flip back one straight to that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
So Woodland is going, right now it's turned 90 degrees, so north is to the left of the screen, 18th Street is on the bottom of the screen, and Woodland is on the right-hand side, going down and down.
Woodland is where your pointer is.
Right.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
Woodland, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see how narrow that street is?
That is. Especially for semis.
Anyone else wish to speak? Anyone else wish to speak? Go ahead, Robin.
Well, after having been at countless meetings here,
Address, please.
807 First Street Southeast, Little Falls, Robin Hensel. I've witnessed countless variances and conditional use permits given for just about anybody that walked through those doors. And in that the 10-foot proposal is on the side of the business, and they're within all the criteria for the 40-foot setback, there really shouldn't be any issues, except maybe the traffic issues these folks are identifying for a future stoplight or whatever. But I certainly would encourage this city to allow them to have the conditional use, it's not a variance, a conditional use, because of, you guys have given that over the years to just about everybody that's come here. And I want to mention to the Aldi people that as far as signage, Walmart and Coburn's were both given special treatment with their signage. And if you guys want to look into that, I have the copies of all of that.
Boy, were they ever.
Anyone else wish to speak? Go ahead.
Linda Ullman, 14827 Eagle Drive. We are not opposed to all these. Our main concern is the traffic. And as I said before, that is our only exit for about 60 homes back there. That's our only way out. That's our main concern.
Go ahead.
Has any kind of a study
Name and
been?
address, please.
Pardon?
We need your name and address
Oh,
for the record.
Ray Janik, 14874
Timber Trail.
Timber Trail.
Okay.
I just wondered, has any study been done about, say, a traffic count or what kind of a layout might be thought of in order to take care of that problem, that there is going to be some kind of, have to be some kind of control at that intersection, Woodland and 18.
The short answer is we have not had a traffic study completed on 18th with the addition of.
No, there hasn't been nothing done with the addition of all these out there currently.
Okay.
What would we have to do to get something done?
Council would have to direct us to get a study done on that.
It's gonna be hard to do a study until you got the traffic flow because you don't know what's coming.
Correct. You don't have a baseline.
Carol Anderson, 14909 Eagle Drive. This problem is only going to get greater because right now, I think there's like 40-something homes.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's going to be over 60 when this is all completed. And that's going to add to that traffic even more. So we're wondering if there has been any suggestions of anything that we can do to facilitate the flow of traffic there. But nothing?
Traffic light. Anyone else wish to speak? Anyone else wish to speak?
Can we suggest that Aldi's make deliveries to our neighborhood? We need to laugh.
They probably will, because the other store is still in, and I wouldn't want to go there.
Third and final call. Anyone else wish to speak? Hearing none, 6:55. We'll close the public hearing.
Mr. Chair, we did have one written comment.
Okay.
It says, we have no objection to the 10-foot setback. Would like for fence to stay for neighborhood privacy. Terry and then Gobble.
So that's what they're here for, is conditional use permit for the side.
Correct.
Could you read that again? We
Outside.
didn't, we couldn't hear him. Could you read that again? We didn't hear you.
It's letter, we have no objection to the 10-foot setback. Would like for fence to stay for neighborhood privacy. Terry and Ed Gotwell.
Okay.
You're right, the conditional use is for the 10-foot setback instead of the 40-foot on the north side.
Craig, do you have any thoughts or concerns with the,
I don't, in terms of the layout of this, I know we worked with ISG in terms of placement of the entrance and exit off of 18th Street, mainly to line up with the Walmart outlet there. And then the outlet onto Woodland, because if we had a second one on 18th Street, there'd be a lot of cars turning and a lot of traffic movement right in that area, and that would cause a lot more accidents in that. So it's better to go off Woodland, and I understand the traffic concerns the folks here have. But rather than putting vehicles right onto 18th with all 4 of those intersections to be there, it's better to isolate them and concentrate them at Woodland and right across from the outlet from Walmart.
so would that be another option like Lumiere Street? Just have a right out only and take it around, take everybody around on 43?
Good. Good. One thing we can
Put
look
right
at.
out and then left in the Walmart and do a U-turn and go back the other way?
I mean, one thing that they can look at, or we can look at as well, you zoom out to Beacon there once. There is an option to put a second outlet into that development.
On 19th Street or whatever there by?
Clover Glen.
Clover Glen?
Yeah. And that was spotted, there was a means of given to the city for a street to the right.
Is that the one that comes by the old Century 21 building?
No.
It's east of there.
East of there.
Yeah.
So Zero Clover Glen is right there?
Yeah.
There's an easement that runs through there to the north to connect up to Woodland.
That would empty on 27?
That would empty on 27.
And where's the right way to get from that?
It's an easement.
Oh, it goes all the way up to Woodland?
It goes all the way up to Woodland, from Woodland all the way down to Clover Glen, that was connected. Good.
Quick connect there, through that, right through that house?
The house is on the side. Picture's not 100% accurate, but, yeah.
I can't see where the road is going in there, so that's why.
That would likely be mostly residential use, yeah. I wouldn't take that likely to go.
Until people find out.
Yeah.
It would be a narrow road, but no doubt, because there's not a lot of width in there for us to use, but it would be narrow.
Are there any weight restrictions on Woodland as far as heavy trucks?
Not at this point. I mean, from the applicant, you heard that they said that they would unload and then exit out of there, so trucks like that would be loaded when they leave the store.
Okay.
And then we go over. Yeah.
So there's groceries, don't get overweight for next time.
Right.
Did you have something?
Yeah, if you don't mind, just a little further information just regarding the truck deliveries. Aldi typically does 2 truck deliveries a day. One usually more in the evening or early morning for the food, and one, the milk truck, is once a day. And that's at most. Sometimes you don't always have it daily. So at most, we're having 2 trucks a day in and out of the site. Just some more information on expected travel to that store as far as truck traffic goes.
Anyone else have any other questions?
Excuse me, could you kind of reiterate that again on the other map? Where was you proposing the optional traffic light?
Not traffic light. There's an option for a second exit of that development down onto Clover Glen.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought you meant, but I wasn't sure. Okay, thanks a lot.
I have a question.
So it's right up there, you can see where Clover Glen and Daisy Lane. So that tie all the way up to Woodland.
Yep.
there is an easement there for a road, so there's going to be a road built into it. So if you guys are going to get another 40 people back and there's another 20 townhomes, you guys are going to be looking for another exit out of there regardless. And obviously when it's platted, that's what the design was. If there was enough growth there to develop that road the rest of the way and install that. Public comment is done from the public.
I have something very important to say.
Do we have a motion for?
Yes, sir, I'd be pleased to move to approve the conditional use permit in the I'm not quite sure how to, in designating the 10-foot side setback on the north side of the property. I think that's what they're asking for, correct? Actually, that request is absolutely reasonable. The discussion of traffic flow, I think that's another discussion for another group sometime. But the request by Aldi tonight, their request is absolutely reasonable. It fits with the designation of the area. The plan is well laid out, and the apparent traffic posed by commercial traffic sounds minimal if there are 2 trucks a day, and really in lighter hours of the day. So with that, I would move for its approval.
I'll second. Got a motion by Ray and a second by Joe to approve the conditional use permit for 10-foot rear setback to the north side of the property.
I have one question. Our issue tonight is the 10-foot setback.
Correct.
We're not, we're not here to discuss anything else. And as far as our action tonight.
Correct.
10-foot setback.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Was there any recommendations for staff for additional conditions?
I didn't put any in the report.
Okay.
Just as a point of information, they will have to combine the lots, which is a separate application. It doesn't go through public hearing, it's just an administrative thing.
Okay.
One last question. Your customer traffic, that's in and out on 18th?
They'll have the option.
Option to go either way?
Yes.
Okay. So that Woodland is not just a truck access, so that's any in and out. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. So be to the council this Monday for final approval. That's up to the council itself. We're recommending moving forward. So. Nothing under old or new. Next meeting, July 10th, 2017. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second by Rob. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. You're adjourned.
I didn't know so much.